Here we go. Okay. I mean, this mouse is still a bit finicky. There we go. Click over there and click over here. There we go. There you go. Okay, I'm set up, I think. If everything's looking okay, if I sound good. My throat's a bit dry. Hey, bro, I found him. How you doing? Hey, Louie. Hey, English. Hey, Cookie. There we go. Gang's all here. Maybe wait for a couple more. One more time before we get stuck into it. Cool. Hi. Nice. Okay. Feeling a bit gooder than last time. I've been doodling just a little warm up. Usually, like before I start, really working, I do a little doodle, get my wrist and everything set up so I can have some kind of creative mindset and have something. No, I just wanted to play with this kind of, like, one of my favorite shapes is kind of doing like some kind of leaf kind of shape. So like some kind of curved kind of leaf, and then I just made this into a big tree thing. Just kind of kept adding to it to make a tree and a bit of a scene. We found a horse down here, so it means nothing, but it's just a little exercise, a little warm up to get ready. Yeah, been feeling pretty good. Last week, what was I doing? Since last week, I was working on the video. So yeah, I was a bit frazzled trying to get that all done. But it worked out okay. Hope you guys liked it. Yeah, worked pretty hard on it. So, and that's what we're going to be going through is the program file, source file for the animation. So, get ready for that. And if there's any questions along the way, let me know. I'll just say, like, I added another question answer to the frequently asked questions in the description, so I'm sure you guys have already heard about it, so that's why I've added it in case there's anyone new who comes in. As long as everyone in chat, the regulars can like point to the newbies to say, hey, check out the description, which I might with a question that they have, which I've already explained on there. So that'd be good. Oh, cool, Cookie. Yeah. It's waddling sometimes for people to jump in. Yeah. If you count as regular. I guess coming out twice in session should be regular. We haven't seen Star yet, who's a moderator, to keep you guys all in line, where I don't have to. So you look for, but you only talk the last one. Oh, okay. That will still count as a view, whether or not you comment or not. It's just that I don't know. I just don't know if you're actually here or not if you don't comment, because I don't have a panel to say like who's here or not. Mostly just who or you can only tell if you're live if you actually talk. So, like if I do like the pop out chat, it's only gonna be people who's actually chatting. So, yeah. There's been a lot of regulars popping in here. Cool. Okay. Let's see. Waits enough time here. Let's get into it. So this is the video from last Saturday. My working title was just Derpy Witch. I didn't have a cool button for the name yet when I was working on it. That's usually the last thing I do, is come up with the name for the video. So, oh, this is your first stream? Hello! Hopefully you'll come back again, or you can check out my other streams to see if they're basically the same. Where I just go through, do my animation files and maybe make some new stuff or show off my old stuff. So, welcome aboard. But yeah, this was fun. If you haven't seen last Saturday's video, I think I've got it in the description too, so you can link to that. It's only about 1.5 minutes long, so you'll probably have a lot of time to watch it. here, so you can come back and join us. What made you want to do Little Witch Academy? So yes, this whole thing was kind of centered around, I wanted to do some kind of witch kind of thing, and then just kind of came up with a bunch of different stuff around witches. So it's gonna be fun to stream and talk about. So A1, my first go-to was Little Witch Academia, which is the anime by Studio Trigger. I liked the show. I watched about season and a half of it, so I need to finish it up, but really liking it so far. What else? And then the other ones, guess I can show off. This is interesting. Here's my asset bay, which is just a separate, separate scene where I just kind of just plop as many assets as I can down here. So I can, usually I storyboard, and then after I storyboard, I set up the scenes and put all the assets and puppets and backgrounds in. So I need a way to like easily copy and paste, find as many stuff visually as I can, and just kind of just pick them up and then copy and paste it into the scene. So yeah, so these are really fun to create. Just creating the assets was like just as fun as creating everything else around it. So there's a bit of abundance of Little Witch Academia characters, and then a couple other ones that I thought would be interesting. Sunset and Diana was one of the first ideas for the concept for the show. Then just filling it out so it's not just LWA. So I got I forgot how to pronounce it, Megan Meadam from Konosuba, and then Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service. So I can zoom in on that. This is one of my Patreons. She pledges enough in my Patreon to become an OC in my videos. So want that too. That's some kind of plug there. Oh man, I didn't know that in English. I just it seemed a bit off when I was like trying to make this joke, because it's like her hairstyle is like virtually the same as Sunset, so I was like wanted to play that on that I didn't know about that. That's pretty cool though. Like, do you know if it's like Gen 4 pony, or is it just like regular older stuff? Let me know about that. Hey Star, there you go. Wow, okay. So I just wanted to have fun with this, because in reality, these are just mostly projects for me to have fun and play around, and then hopefully making it accessible for you guys to watch it too. So it's basically just make my own fan fiction kind of stuff, and then having fun with that, and then you guys kind of come in a bit second, but just as important, where I can make it easy for you guys to watch too. So let's go back into here. The animation was pretty smooth. Basically just pretty easy animation stuff that I've been doing. A little smear here. Wasn't sure what kind of colors to do the owl, so you can see like there's a red line there from my original colors. That's also what I kind of do a lot too, is that I kind of just have temporary colors for a bunch of stuff as I go, and then recolor it to be the right colors. Because I knew I'd have some kind of streak that goes wrong, but I didn't know what colors these would be. So I just had like yellow and green as temporary colors, and then figured out the owl colors, and then brought them all the same. Pretty easy stuff here. Had a big mask going on here, so she would be inside of the mask, and then so she wouldn't be clipping through the door at the beginning like that. I could have done. Oh man! Oh, BroderCon's coming up soon. I didn't know that. Yeah, that was also one of the other things too. Was having like my first conceptual idea for the video was having a witch, and then Derpy would send a letter to a witch, and then she would pop up a stage that would become a pop star, like a real singing. She would sing a song and dance, and then Derpy would just be solely, you know, so confused by the end of it, and that'd be the joke. That it'd just be like just so anime. Because I watched the Horse Girls, whatever, the real anime, with Special Week. And in the first episode, like they finished a running race, and then their closing ceremonies was a pop star singing thing, and I was just so confused, like laughing, like why is this happening? And then I thought it'd be fun to like mix it with witches and see if I can do something like that, which didn't quite happen as intended. So instead of it being a pop star, it just became a regular magic show by the end of it. So I can show you the storyboards of stuff like that, where it was going to be like a pop star actual singing thing. But then logistically, I thought, like, how am I going to get a song? You know, how am I going to have her sing? Like, what am I going to... There was too many questions, like, of how to sing it. So, yeah. Okay. July 27th. So, yeah, that's... There you go. Okay, maybe, yeah, you just barely missed it then. Okay. Yeah. He's right now doing homework. Okay. Let's switch idols in. Why not? Yeah. So that's what I kind of want to do, but because I couldn't figure out how to do the music, actual singing, I could have done so many things, but gotta keep it simple. And you liked the video. Thanks. This is one of my favorite shots too, just complexity wise and trying to figure this out. There was a lot going into here, as you probably can tell. You can probably tell like just how many black dots are in here. Is a keyframe. That means something changes every time. So a bunch of masking, and I had to create new layers and have a whole mask layer on the timeline for them to go through the portal, and frame by frame animation of mask. The portal. Then we changed to another scene just with a wipe, and it's just a bunch of, here's the whole shot where it just kind of just lifted up. And then she falls, and then looks around. Al comes in, and then there's another parallax, and then Al turns, and then she flies. Yeah. Explore, sub, which one on Saturday? Maybe think of Harry Potter, apparently it's based on something else. Right in the comments. Yes. Love for a while. Until every episode. Yeah. Yeah, believe it or not, in Japan for like a summer trip, like a little holiday. Very expensive holiday. One of the first things, like the first thing we did like in 2 weeks, was go to a maid cafe, so definitely went knee deep into that kind of culture of having a bunch of idols. Like these are pop circumstance. Let me know what you mean by that. What pop and circumstance was. I think I take it back. Yeah, this is based on all anime stuff. So, yeah, was gonna be like more white. I think it's just, I think I have some concept of the owl too. Yeah. So I think I drew this first, this circle front facing one, and then I was like, shouldn't I change it, kind of thing. I had doubted like that's gonna be too Rowlet like, so I changed it to look like this. Then I thought that looks not to my standards what I wanted it to look like, so I just went back to here. Then I had the idea of like having the owl look like this one in the real world, and then it goes through the portal, and then it changes to the Rowlet one. So would have been interesting. Different take on it. I don't know, because I didn't like the design of this one for some reason. I scrapped the whole thing with him, so it just became the Rally one for the whole time. Yeah, the graduation song, like do 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 do, like that one. I'm like, sure. It's hard to like not like songs like that. That's fun. Yeah. Maid Cafe was kind of interesting. I think there was like another American kind of tourist in there too, so it wasn't too extreme, but it was just a bunch of trying to make you embarrassed and like have fun with it. It's like nothing too serious, so it wasn't too bad. In like one of the first things that I ate in Japan was like their food, so having like the real cube salmon was like delicious. Like there should be like another word for like above delicious that I experienced from that. So it's just a bunch of little like playthings, and they had like little toys at the end on like a windowsill in the maid cafe, where I guess like 2-player games like Rock'em Sock'em for Rots and a bunch of other Japanese toys, and some card games or little kids toys stuff. So I guess you're supposed to play that with the maid, play them together. Didn't do any of that. We just kind of just ate the food, and then right in front of us, like we were in the first row practically to the stage, and then every 5 or 10 minutes someone would be called up through the microphone, and then they would have to take a picture with one of the maids. Yeah, you just have to just get over and just not be too embarrassed and just kind of roll with it and going whatever, and just wear this little wig or some kind of prop, and then you take a picture with them. So yeah, it was cute kind of stuff. Nothing too weird. It's yeah, you just gotta get used to it after like having that as the first experience. Kind of just set the bar for like everything else that was happening for the next 2 weeks. So in the regular, the other days was mostly just let's go to a museum, but it's all the Japanese regional fish, or the zoo, and see a cool skyloft bird, whatever that was called. And just seeing a bunch of cities and castles and stuff. We stayed really close to like Tokyo kind of center. Loft Wings, yeah. So I got to see a bunch of those, and they were like as tall as me. They're huge, really, really tall. So, yeah, we stayed really close to Tokyo, kind of that circle. Yeah, next time I probably want to, probably go to somewhere else like Kanto or Kyoto or somewhere else, or go to whatever Sinnoh in Pokemon, that kind of place. I gotta learn those names for stuff like that. Keys, jack of eggs. I want to go to Japan, but I can't bulk import anime. So you can bulk anime. I'm trying. Nice, yeah. Yeah, we bought a bunch of like figurines and stuff. So I got a little Hatsune Miku, little really small toy from Good Smile, and a little Lego Farfetch'd from Pokemon. A lot of little small knickknacks because we wanted to have enough room in our carry-ons and bags to not carry on. We didn't want to get any giant UFO like Pikachu's or whatever stuff like that. So yeah, so it was fun. I definitely want to go back, but I think I want to have a journey somewhere else, first. Like I want to go to like Germany, because I took like 2 years in high school to learn German, so I think that'd be interesting to like not have repeat visits. So I want to visit somewhere else completely different that I've never been to. So never been to Europe, so wanted to see what that's about. Yeah, here's where I've been. Nice, cool. She's a giraffe, and these were really fun to create. The puppets for these. I think I did really well with these, trying to capitalize on the characters on them. Characterizing them as ponies was really fun. It's almost as if they were meant to be ponies. This is literally just actually a recolor of them, we're just adding the little suit on them. Hopefully it made sense sorta without that context. So yeah, looks super cute. Thanks. Wanted to also have this like this shot of them like that to be like on a t-shirt, kind of like just huddle them around. So think about trying to design with them and have them on my plug Redbubble in the description. Check out my other designs too. So do have like a weird thing about having new locations and then having them be almost barren and then nothing really happening kind of stuff. That feels like a sad place to be. So hopefully I made these a bit more fun and energetic. So that's kind of my hope, that it doesn't feel too barren or like sad living in here. Because I've had other places and other videos where it's just everyone's looking sad. I'll see everybody in 2 weeks, or you're going to work on me. Fine, start there. Cool. Okay. See you, sir. Nice to see you. Come to this one. Very well. This was kind of fun to have these shots kind of connect to each other. It was fun. Nothing's really supposed to be written here. Was gonna think about maybe having something like a pictogram or something happening, but I couldn't think of anything in time really. So hopefully I just kind of and then just kind of stop. That was fun to make the mountains so I still feel like we're still in the same place kind of thing. Maybe next year. Okay. Oh, okay, right. Man, Juan, you trying to figure out what my iPod playlist is? Because I don't have one really. I'll say my favorite pop song is All Star by Smash Mouth. I listen to that a lot. Yeah. So I know my kind of choices now. I like other Smash Mouth songs too. Slotty favorite character. Wow, is Slotty my favorite character? Let's see, which one's I like? Yeah, she's fun. Haven't watched it in actually a while, so I haven't got to remember who all these people are. Yeah, it's hard to say. I don't like picking favorites, so they're all fun. Of course, I like Derpy most. So, yeah, I think design-wise she looks cutest. So yeah. Let's see. These are gonna be weird. Let's see what the storyboards were like. Yeah. Okay. So nothing, just waves. There's little mountains. Then we're gonna hold these little magic wands, and then those were gonna be glow sticks, like you see it in the Idol concert, where everyone has a glow stick and they would just wave it. I wasn't able to go to there. I did go to the Miku Hatsune Miku expo, you could say. So I was able to, you know, they have an expo, I guess once a year with Hatsune Miku in Japan, and I got to just walk around the expo, which was basically just a giant what's it called, where you buy things. So just felt like a shopping center kind of thing, but everything was Hatsune Miku. So picked up a couple stuff, but just little goodie bags and swag. So since she did the magic, man, I feel like I should keep watching the anime. I feel like I missed that. It was inspired by like narrative. Was it a season ender? I don't know, but like the three of them did like have a big magic show kind of thing where we like had to appease like this goop monster. And then Akka was like, I want to do something better than just defeating the goop monster, and she made a big show out of it. Remember that episode, and that was kind of the inspiration for like stuff like this. So I'm sure there's more stuff like that. Yeah. What's with scarecrows? Okay. Okay. You seen all of it? Okay, cool. Yeah, just having enough time really working on other stuff. The scarecrows, let's go back to them. There we go. Scarecrows were, yeah, just supposed to be like a dummy kind of thing. So it was supposed to be like a, yeah, exactly a practice audience kind of thing. And then never really gave her a name. But like it's supposed to be like her practice kind of thing, and dragging Derpy into it was like she was really excited to do that, so to bring her in. I don't know how this fits in with like with Trixie kind of stuff, because it's like it's basically just having the same kind of magic show kind of stuff, and then she's being kind of over the top kind of stuff. But it's really fun to like have the virtual expectations of like having a giant magic show, but then she's literally just doing the lamest magic that's possible. This shot was really fun. Remember that other shot where it was like everything's kind of having a giant background and parallax? This was the most complicated shot actually to do. It just took most time consuming and most complicated. So she like takes out this little ribbon out of the cuff, and it has to like follow all the, you know, physics and stuff. So it's probably not perfect physics, but it does its job enough right here. So I had a like a practice line, like a practically like a fishing line before I had the D shapes. So it was basically just a line between the hands, like the scarf, and then her hand. I would draw a line that would kind of be this kind of arc first. So I'd have this kind of line, and then I would have that for the whole shot here, then go back, and then with that line I would be able to draw these little scarves and then make sure they're around the same size and follow that arc. So here, and then because I like to have temporary colors for everything, all of this was green all the way through. Everything was green. So then I had to go back and then color it, go frame by frame with each color, and then I you know, color pick it to be this red, go scrub through it, do all the first one that's red, then scrub through it and do all of them that's orange, yellow, green, all the way through for every time. So it's funny when it's being most complicated. Yeah. Yeah, Black Ops got trying to get that lighting and modeling was hard. Okay, thanks, Dia. Yeah, this was definitely took like almost hour to just animate that little string there, probably a bit more. And then I just love her little, like, she really into this kind of expression, like, oh, I'm really getting there now, you know, kind of expression. Random, have you ever played Red? I'm more of a Nintendo guy, or I don't really play PC games, so that's not gonna happen soon. Sorry, with the Fallout. I've heard of it, but I've just never been interested in it. String physics are tricky. That was kind of fun. Yeah, Kevin knows kind of simulation kind of stuff. Like water is really hard. Fire, lightning. Like I had the lightning in the Father's Day one, so I had to like look up reference for stuff like that. And then I like having the extra detail of having all the scarves being in this pile and then she's looking at it, and then back up to her, kind of a changing her focus. Actually, still looking at it, kind of thing. And then these were gonna be real people, but then also logistically it was gonna be too many characters, and I was kind of on a time crunch a little bit. Kind of had other things going on, and I knew that this was just going to be too much if I had a huge crowd of either unique or I don't like having crowds where it has recolors or like the same character in the same crowd shot. So something about me is like I just gotta, you know, go with it, and then seeing how many of these were is gonna be too much, because I only had, you know, this many characters, you know. So I was like, how many? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's gonna be maybe like, how many are there now in this one? So yeah, if you wanted to be super sparse kind of thing, it could have worked, but not as the way that I envisioned it to be the crowd, you know. Yeah, there's, you know, a million different ways to do this, but it still have to come down to actually animating, you know, drilling in, going into here, drilling in, animate, you know, however long a 2-second thing is, zoom out, animate this one, animate this one, animate this one, you know, kind of stuff. Even if there were silhouettes, yeah, just having like silhouettes of, like, you know, I can have all of these be tint, you know, like a blue or something. And then they had, you know, because they were going to have the little stick too, so I had to animate the stick, like a glow stick magic wand kind of thing. So it would have been like, what are these phantoms playing with these demonic sticks kind of thing. Yeah, thanks that it's cuter to have these little scarecrows. They were gonna be a bit looser kind of design too, so they were actually gonna have like a face that's more like this kind of quality kind of line to them. So I went back in and then changed it to be more vector instead of brushes here. So I'm glad I it was like the last hour, and I was like rendering it. I finished through all the post-production, getting the sound effects and everything. And then I looked at it and go, do I have time to, you know, go back in and then change the faces for all the scarecrows? You know, that'd be a little bit worth it to, you know, go back in and change it. So hopefully that made a bit of a difference, that they're more cleaner with the faces. Because that was a lot of more work too. Let me get some water. Let's see. Backgrounds are usually bigger because I usually have like usually have a far away kind of shot with the background, and then I kind of use the same background and just blow it up to be, you know, like a zoomed in shot version of it. Next time I shot crowd shot. So that shot is for sissies or something like that. Yeah, that was kind of the having a Patrons kind of thing. Where I think if you're $7 or $10 a month, you get to have an OC be animated. So I was kind of guarding that off of that. So to open it to everyone would then feel a bit weird to the people who are paying. So I don't know. I'll have to work on that if I wanted. Because I only like have 2 people with that. So oh, thanks, you volunteer all characters. Thanks. I guess the other thing is that I like them to be a bit simpler so that I don't like stand out too much. You know, like this one it's just pink and, you know, darker pink kind of colors. So it's pretty easy to just put a costume on and then say that they belong kind of stuff, you know? It's not like they have a nose ring or anything, like a tattoo or crazy hair, you know? or like they're taller or an alicorn. So it'd be interesting. Should I start making a random pony every now and then too later? Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's how this one came about too. Was just playing around with different colors. Kind of created it to be close to what my OC character would, if I had one, you know, officially. Would be these kind of colors. I like to change the eye color, but I wanted it to be more contrasty with the rest of the colors, so I had the purple eyes. Yeah. Okay. Too rough, cozy curtain thing. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not really into having, I don't know how to describe it. Collabing with other people, but not like indirectly collabing, because like you're just featuring their OCs into it. Like there's a lot of having to sort of, not really, you know, legally, but like have to like credit them somehow into it, because it's not like I can just, you know, put in Wooden Toaster's OC and without any credit and say, you know, that's cool or not. To me that feels a bit scummy, so I don't know. I'm not really into that too much. I don't know, as I said at the beginning too, like this is mostly just my fanfiction, and it's very, you know, kind of selfish, this kind of stuff, that's like I don't want outside help to like finish these, or I don't want too many other people giving me ideas for stuff. I will look into some of them if I like them. You know, I'll say like, thanks, that's a good idea. But I won't like, you know, if I wanted to, I could just do like every comic dub and just animate those. But I don't feel like it's really, you know, that's another thing too. Let me know if you have any follow-ups on that, if I'm going to explain anything about that. This is fun too. It's just, again, having one of the lamest magic tricks kind of thing. I had to like figure it out myself to figure out how to do it correctly. It's like it's behind your arm here, then you just kind of flips it around, and there you go. Yeah, so that. Thanks. I want to be a sellout, yeah. But yeah, but buy my merch though. It's in the description. Leave that. So I get 1% of the profits when you buy a shirt. Yeah, buy a $20 shirt, I get like $4. So how much is that? We'll buy from that, bro. Yeah, I know. I'm probably considered broke too. Like I'm broke enough that when we were doing taxes, I was like, how do I do my taxes? And it's like, you don't have to, you're not making enough. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah. 20%? Okay. That's pretty good then. I think I marked it up a bit higher than usual. Like I had to like enter it to like be a markup a bit percent bigger than that. So yeah. She has a purple box because she has to be a mask. It's like the purple mask shows what she can live inside, and then when the hack goes down, you edit the mask frame by frame till she disappears. If you put that picture of Derpy dabbing on a shirt, you wouldn't need to make videos anymore. Nice. Redford, thanks. Yeah, that's kind of I think I was like probably sick when we did those kind of still maps, so I guess I never really figured how to do that efficiently. So thanks. Yeah, it's not bad. I just never learned the algorithm, figured it out, or whatever it's called. never bothered to look it up either. So, because it doesn't sort of matter, because you always get the end product when you buy something. It's gonna be like the end product of like if you're gonna be like buy $7 or $8, is like where are you gonna choose the $7? Use Google for your maps. Yeah, got a calculator map, just works out. So you want to have a calculator product. Wow. That was fun. I wanted to have like Kiki at the end to like wrap it up that like she's, you know, flying the other way or something. But I wanted to still have the focus be on this witch, so yeah, because otherwise you'll be having something animated behind her and you'll be looking at that when the focus should be on her and her scarecrows. Which one do you intentionally make Derpy appear outside school or with an accident? Appear outside the school? Well, it was the owl that, because it was the owl that, because somehow this scroll got mixed up. I didn't really explain explicitly how like this scroll, which then is a letter to the witch, got to Derpy. Like it wasn't supposed to be here. That's why the owl snatches it up real quick. And that sets it off that the owl is the one that has to bring it back, and that's why she has to go through the portal and all through that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then it's outside the school. And then she's just kind of just chasing, and then you see the other world building, the other people, and then she's like, whoa. Because if we take this, she kind of just looks down at it, that like the letter is to, really, I had a couple ideas like what the letter was supposed to be too, of like what it meant. So that's why it's kind of left to be just being scribbled. It's like then she looks at it, then she has an idea, and then she teleports Derpy to the practice stage. So it could be anything. I kind of left that up to interpretation with that, but it wasn't. It was an accident that Derpy arrived to the school, kind of a thing. Like the owl didn't want Derpy to be here because it's supposed to be a secret place in a separate dimension that Derpy just barely got into the portal into. And then they have the magic show. Derp, derp, derp. Okay, is there another way to do it? Had a picture of who the letter was addressed to on it. Doing a close up on it would have been clear. Okay. Like so loud. Yeah, that's like it's not intentionally your idea to you know, drag Derpy into the practice, like she reads the letter and then she has an idea. Yeah. Like it could have been like the letter. Yeah, let's go back. Like the letter probably at the end here probably could have had instead like this magic. Get rid of that and then have it be like the witch kind of thing. I don't have much room to draw. But then somehow show that it's supposed to be her kind of thing. Because like it would have been, it's still obvious that it's given to her because the owl gives it to her. Yeah. Usually when stuff like this happens, where it's like, well, if you have any questions about these kind of story things, it's usually because I have either too many ideas of like how to do it. Like I usually have different, you know, choose your own adventure of like how to choose a different way to work it out, or I have troubles figuring it out, or just kind of just leave it up and have it be whatever kind of a thing, up to interpretation kind of stuff, which I try to avoid now. Like I know with my other stuff, like my older stuff, it was like whatever. It's like trying to get the main story to flow instead of having every detail, you know, lead into each other, make sense with each other, kind of stuff. So writing is hard, you know, on your own. Yeah. When you refer to school, okay, sorry. Referring to Derpy parent at school or how she left school. How she was teleported outside of the school at the end. Ah, how she was, okay, doesn't matter now. It's hard to deliver a story without dialogue. That's true too. Because sometimes I did have like little speech bubbles kind of stuff happening. But I use that rarely. Like if you dialogue had no dialogue and you had to try to figure out what's going on. Yeah. Who was the other guy who usually does the Starlight Glimmer taking over the world kind of stuff? Not really, but actually stole every wings, like that animator. Where it's all no dialogue kind of stuff, but they just kind of just hang on a bit too long on every shot with everything, where everyone's like, you know, small-eyed and just looking at each other. I think that's pretty good. It's good and bad directing, I feel. That you get to hang on stuff to like really emphasize different gags and stuff, but I think it's just a bit too long, like 1 second too long in every shot. So yeah, they're well done, but I just feel like the pacing at some points are a little bit too long. So yeah. So that's why I try to make sure, like, but then I always go in the opposite direction and always have like a shot like doop boop boop, too snappy. That was like everything's kind of just whoop and then whoop, and then you can just kind of just count it down like whoop and then whoop. Everything's like every shot is like 2 seconds long. Whoop whoop. You know what I mean? So no dialogue means don't like the opposition. Yeah, that's right. Our girl, I think, yeah, I'll have to look it up. Hey, welcome back. Okay, I got a new mouse, so the way that works a bit better. And there's a couple of people, like I think there's like 2 people, I think, who do these kind of silent movies, but it just goes on for like 5 minutes when it's the same joke over and over. So yeah, I think this is one of them. Yeah, totally. Yeah, if you like study like how long every shot is for like some of these, it's like incredible. Like some shots just go on for like 5 seconds when it's just them just looking at each other. So they're very well made, but it's just stuff like that. Just kind of like, ugh, feels weird. Yeah. The same person having focus on creepy Starlight is more the same. Well, that's interesting. The same person, but I got 2 channels? Huh. Go for awkward humor. That's okay, yeah. I just kind of go for more light, comedic, kind of a bit too snappy kind of stuff, where it's like change kind of stuff. So but then it kind of leaves up to not having enough time to develop anything. That's just like, okay, we're here at the school, and then like 30 seconds later we're out, kind of stuff. So nothing really develops kind of stuff, but it's like doesn't need to be if you're just trying to tell a story of like just wanted to have fun with witches. So hey, yeah, Buzz, yeah. Okay. So making a random zig. We're disappointed with the worst record ever. Okay. Yeah, let me know if you want tutorials for stuff like that. You can do it on my own channel. That's right. Hi. Hi, Meg. Yeah, the creepy Starlights will just send me those. It takes a lot of work. Yep. This animation took like, well, this one actually took a bit longer than usual. Just because I knew because I was thinking like how much assets I wanted to make out of it, and you know, the pop star audience kind of stuff. So I knew that I wanted to have like a ton of characters into it, which meant I need a lot more development time to at least make everything. So it started a bit earlier in the week, like around Sunday or Monday. I started building stuff, and then like every day I would build like 2 or 3 different characters. And the animation took like 3 or 4 days. So I was able to finish like around 3 a.m. On Saturday. Usually then to 6 a.m. on Saturday when I usually upload it. So that's progress. Yeah. Yeah, look over here because it's too lazy. No patience. Yes, I have a gift of being too patient with things. I just kind of, I like, it's a combination of seeing things through and having infinite patience with stuff like this that makes me finish stuff like this in like within, you know, a week, which is like, you know, insane to people. Yeah, with just the amount of stuff put into it, like, you know, how long, and you see how many black dots, is like different changes and stuff happening. So yeah, it's just become more figuring out how to do more stuff efficiently, and wanting to branch out with new stuff. So it's because, you know, I didn't have to make this background or this box or the pony puppet, so it's more just trying to make all the new stuff. So like all these here were already made, kind of stuff. Like I had her and just kind of changed the colors a bit. But after I made Akko, I was able to recolor it into Lottie and Susie. So stuff like that was easy. And literally these were recolors, so it doesn't take too long for that. But yeah, so much backgrounds definitely took just as much time as making a character. So just show yourself if I can't bleed an hour or 2. Oh yeah. Sometimes I sit here for like, I want to underestimate like 5 hours a day ish, like 2 hours, and then I usually eat every 3 hours. So for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then work for another 2 hours. So it's about taking a lot of breaks, but also being intensive when you are working, you know, being intensive, trying to get, you know, try to get at least 1 or 2 shots done before you take a break is good, but not feeling like I haven't finished a shot to like keep going is hard too. Like how to balance that. Like I know this shot is only like 1 second, so it's like, how am I gonna finish this? You know, there's a lot still going on here, even if it's like 1 second. It's like having to make this whole mask, having this thing being here, and then having to also animate Derpy to also animate. Like her head and body have animations too, so it's like, even in this, it's still gonna take like an hour or 2, maybe. And maybe just half hour, but it just still seems like still a lot of work with just the little fine details too. So like in total it takes about an hour, but it's just separated into different parts too. I'm sorry, I forgot all your stuff. I was just talking. Actually, she's always looking around like, no, it's not. Really, how you keep your characters moving is very professional. Yeah, thanks. Like I've seen other people too, like, not to drag them down or anything, but the other person who was it? They were the panel I went to, Shades of Everfree. They were an interesting animator. They do a lot more ear animations than just having these very weird, like, neck up and like whole body shakes whenever they talk, or just do nothing. Like their whole body has to move when they do anything. You ever watched any of those with Shades of Everfree? Like their animations are very unique. Not too much of a fan of their actual animation with that kind of whoa, I'm gonna breathe, whoa kind of stuff. So it's just a bit too exaggerated kind of stuff, where it's always that same movement. Like they always kind of just go up on their, like, you know, their 2 feet kind of stuff. So, I just kind of feel like did enough to like get things done. This one's a bit simple until here where I change it. Now she has a new expression, then she goes through it. Like stuff like this where she's just kind of just stretching around and then having a star explosion, and then she just kind of just stays and then gets up. So, so I missed a bunch of stuff. I had to scroll up. See what I already tried to create and mix the backgrounds and voices. That's mixed up. That's true. Oh no. Would it be useful to take one of his spells? Then we'll make it if we take. No, it would make me something competent. It's like a mission of Ali Alexander Stallion Angel turn Pink Arena fly back to Pinkie Pie and sleep Dashy. What? Scratch that's nice. Yes, thanks. Classic, thanks. I used to try to use it sparingly, but like still when it's comedic kind of stuff where it's kind of just stretching, then I used the smears, like the beginning with the owl, just being a smear, just going through, like a zip kind of stuff. So, I like doing that kind of stuff, but I just feel like it's not worth it to do it like every. You don't exactly need too much scratch and stretch. Maybe just for like hair physics, but it's kind of, it's not much. Are we good? Stream is continuing. Well, that happened. I didn't press anything, I don't think. Comment if you can hear me. I'll change it so you know if it's changed or not. Are we good? Oh, it looks like we're good now. Okay. Maybe there's a little hiccup somewhere happened in the server somewhere. Some of my videos up, but low. Now it's mine. I think it's my internet somewhere. I think you can wrap up bit now. Okay. That was fun making an owl kind of switch too. It was kind of fun. And it's all parallax stuff too. If you watch like this tree and then this tree as we slide, see like how that changes, stuff like that. So I like doing stuff like that when I can to have some parallax to the background. I think we'll start wrapping up because apparently my internet isn't as stable as I thought. Oh cool, you use open tools? Yeah, it's interesting with open tunes. I'll probably make a video with that if you want. Windows Movie Maker, tried that. It's kind of like the paint for video editing. Yeah. It's making it for blending together. Yes. It's more for traditional animation, like actually having paper, drawing, and then tracing it and scanning it. Scanning it in, and then putting it into OpenTunes, and digitally removing the paper part, and then just leaving the lines, and then inking and painting that. I think it's what it's more for, because it was for Ghibli kind of animation with traditional. And then also with Futurama, which I never really understood how that worked. Like, why wouldn't they use something like better? Yeah. So, it could be used for like regular brushwork, frame by frame stuff, but I don't think it has tweens or anything special. Like all these blue lines mean it's a tween, which means the computer is figuring out how to scale, rotate, position between two keyframes. So, like I'm able to set like position scale here for Derpy, and then position scale over here, and then set it to tween, which means the computer is interpolating what to do in between. So I'm not sure if OpenTunes can do that, or if you have to like sit down and draw this frame, draw this frame, draw this frame kind of stuff. So it is animation, so I'd actually design and appreciation for works. Thanks. It's still good for drawing directly into it. I think I said that it's probably not optimal for drawing directly onto OpenTunes, but it works. It probably has different filters for pens, but it's probably gonna lag your computer a lot, at least with mine. It doesn't really like having special calligraphy kind of pens, you know. Yeah, it's definitely better than nothing really for OpenTunes. Kind of like gets you started with a free software that likes where you can like practice. It's like a practice zone kind of stuff where you can, you know, play around with it if you want to learn frame by frame animations where you have to draw every frame in sequence. So Blender, oh, for doing two was a mistake. Okay, vectors, yeah. As long as let me give an update on progress at some point. So it's good. Well, okay. Yeah, I'm terrible at 3D. So easy to work. Yeah. I should find that 3D video I made. Do you think you guys would wait while I find it? It's probably my S drive. Probably. Do I have an S drive? Is that something? Yeah. Let's see. And the other stuff I guess to wrap this up too is that I'll have more stuff planned. I'll keep working on stuff. I'll have a video next week, hopefully. I know that seems pretty soon. I don't think I'll be able to find it. What I'm looking for. Yeah. There's so many folders and stuff. Yeah. I'm gonna go back for you guys. Figure it out. It's quality. Yeah, it's not gonna be quality on my end if it's 3D. Where would it be? Maybe in here? In here? .mp4? Forward file? No. Oop. Here's a bunch. Oh yeah, here's my other portfolio stuff. Made for college, I had to make some portfolio stuff. That's made some new stuff too. That was interesting. I don't think I'll be able to find it. Yeah. Okay. I'll find it probably on next stream or before next stream. Lag a little bit. Sorry. It's not much I can do. Not really. I'm not touching anything. Changes also failed. Block cycles are the building blocks of like trying to figure everything out with animation. So if you can figure that out, you're pretty much good for regular stuff. So yeah. Yeah. Thanks. Trying to make this as smooth as possible, but sorry when not sure if it's my fault. Wrap this up a little bit more. Won't have anything super planned for next week. So we can either do like a Mad Lib kind of thing where I ask to chat you guys of like very short ideas of what to do, like a little, I think it's like a GIF kind of thing. With that, or I find something with my other projects. But maybe just meet them might just be the movie, or maybe Folly. That's basically it that I can show off. And I'm not showing off these regular videos like remember like last week, or I never showed off me working on this video particularly, because I have previews set for my Patreons where they get to have little like they'll be able to see all of these all the way through storyboards as a video, and previews of like a screenshot of this shot with some probably a little explanation, where you can download them, download the pictures, and then get the thumbnail as a picture too. So that's why you usually get to see these videos on streams. So that's why I'm like trying to figure out like what do I show off next week. So do you need to ask permission? Yes, I usually always do that. Usually ask the director. But I ask, weeks and months before, so it's not really a problem. But like some stuff, like, these newer shots, these could have been a little bit too spoilery, or like maybe not ready to show off yet, so with the collab stuff, yeah. So like you've basically seen a bunch of Folly stuff already, just me working on those late storyboard stuff. So I didn't show off the twist, so I think we're good on that. Hopefully I hit that. Yeah. So otherwise it's gonna be one of those projects, or we can do the Mad Lib next week. So I'll start thinking about that because I don't want to trouble you guys about that. Hey, you got a fun name. I don't think I'll be able to read that. Is that French? Oh, my inputs. Oh, my health's better. Yay. Oh man, just when I was gonna end it. Yeah. Sounds good. Oh, Mad Lib sounds good. Yeah. It's basically just could just be like a 1 second loopable GIF where like something happens. I think I had a stream like way long ago, like 6 months ago or something, where it's for a Patreon celebration where I got like $20 or something a month. And we did something with that and try to get the patrons to input ideas, and they would be able to get like a short GIF with that. So we could do something like that where it's, I keep stressing that it's going to be really, really short animations. Something simple. So, like something, I don't think there's anything close to here, but like something you really, just really short kind of stuff. Where are we? Got some over there. That's video games playing some. Yeah. Okay, I'm thinking good now. Any final thoughts as I wrap this up even closer? I don't know how to do that. I can use it on my phone. Let's go to the remote controls. Okay. Find the button. Found the button. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for joining. Wrapping this up further for this. So yeah, we'll have something special, maybe, I don't know, next week, and then also next week, hopefully by like Sunday or Monday, then next week we'll have a video for you guys. So I'll work on that and that and that. That's a lot of projects I'm working on. Yeah. So yeah, chat. Yeah. Thanks. All right, that'll be it. And yeah, thanks.